What's up, fellas? Game one of the finals coming up tomorrow. Or if you're watching it on Wednesday, game one starts tonight. We got LeBron versus Jimmy Butler in the crew. Little AD in the mix, little Rajon Rondo. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I got Lakers in six, um, but I'm rooting on the Heat. I've never rooted against LeBron in the finals before, but I love this Heat team. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Love the way they play ball. So I'm just hoping for a series. I think it should be entertaining. I think it should be fun. Hopefully, we get to watch some good basketball. But in the meantime, we got a little more Draftkings to play. So let's discuss where we're going to go tomorrow on our showdown slates that we have on DK. So we got MLB rolling right now, too. We'll hit you with some baseball information later. NFL showdowns on a personal 6-game win streak over there. Love to help you guys. We do members only lineup construction videos. I personally find the NFL showdowns easier than the main sites these days because there's just a lot less randomness to it when you're only picking out one game. All available for potential paying customers. You can sign up to the website. Otherwise, our partners over at Overlay Fantasy Sports, we're going to continue to run this promotion with them. We're looking for brand new overlay players. Personally, I think their new matchup shop is gold, liquid gold. I think it's the easiest way to make money playing DFS. Watch the daily videos. We went 2 for 2 today, 2 singles. Done them up on the parlay. Both of them won easily. Keep watching. Let's go make some money together, fellas. If you have the coin to do it, you make $1,000 deposit as a brand new first-time overlay player. I'll give you a free lifetime membership to the 5-pack. $500 deposit, free annual. $50 deposit, free 2 weeks. $100 power deposit, free month. You got to make that deposit, screenshot it, and send it to me. We will hook you up with our partners over at Overlay, and everybody wins on this one. Again, cleaning up on the matchup shop, guys. Come and join us. Day passes are up if maybe you just want the NBA members only video where we do lineup construction or anything like that. I guess day passes would get you NBA and MLB actually, just in case you're interested. That all being said, let's move into who we're looking at for the showdown video on Wednesday evening. Let's start with this young man. I guess maybe he's not a young man, younger than I am, but a guy that goes by the name of LeBron James, King James, the chosen one, whatever you want to call him. I'm sure some of you guys out there aren't a big fan, so maybe you don't want to use those nicknames. Either way, I expect all-out aggression right here. So we have seen Bron from time to time throughout the playoffs and the regular season be a bit passive, kind of try to defer to AD and things like that. Not this game. No way, no how, not in my opinion. This is LeBron James' time to shine. Just look for him to be aggressive. That's all you need out of this guy, right? Like, he may not be the guy he once was in regard to the athleticism, but he can actually shoot now. He's an incredible leader. He's going to be aggressive and assertive. Just look for LeBron James. I'll probably put him in the captain spot personally. I found a roster construction I liked without him in the captain spot, but I really want to captain LeBron for game one. So I'm sure most of you guys already playing on rostering, but that's my 2 cents. All right, so one of the other guys on the Lakers that there's a lot of guys, specifically the dudes on the Heat, that their price tags are way too high. So for this slate, I personally might be a little Lakers heavy. Not because I think the Lakers are just going to go out and win by 30 points or something like that, and I need all of them. I just personally think that the pricing on the Lakers is softer than what it is on the Miami Heat. Like, y'all probably know by this point, I am a monster Tyler Hero fan, but that price is just way too high, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Rajon Rondo at 5,400 is a very fair price tag for what he offers. This is another guy. Do you really think like the finals is too big of a moment for him? It's not. It's simply not. I would say that for most of the guys on both teams right now, but we know for a fact that Rajon Rondo has been here and done this before with the Boston Celtics. It was a few years back, but still, we know playoff Rondo's a real thing, and he is one of the few guys on the slate that I look at him and I just say that price tag is way too cheap. This is another spot too. Like, don't be surprised if he plays a few more minutes. There's no saving guys now. Rajon Rondo, it's his time to go out there and play very aggressively. He's doing a lot of different things for the Lakers. Love what I'm seeing out of him. Next up, so I want to talk about Dwight Howard. So I think the big elephant in the room and why most of us are going to have to wait until about half hour, at least I think you should, before tip-off to really finalize your lineups on DK. And that's Dwight Howard. Is he starting? If he's starting, he's a cash game lock for me. Probably playing all my GPPs too. If I mass enter GPPs on showdowns, which I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. If he's not starting, well, that clearly changes things up a bit because then we get into questions like, well, who's starting now? Is it Markieff Morris? Is it JaVale McGee? If JaVale McGee is starting, which I really, really, really Really, really, really doubt. Just don't. I don't see it. Crazier things that happen, I suppose, but in my opinion, that is between slim and none, and slim is packing up and trying to get out of town right here. If McGee is starting, his price tag is really cheap, and I actually could build a roster with that price of his that helps a lot. But be prepared for 12 minutes max. Probably won't play more than that. He'll probably start the first and start the third. He won't participate. He gets into foul trouble quickly. I'm not saying don't play him because that price tag of his is really low right now from a complete lack of production. But let's not spend a lot of time on it either because I highly doubt it's going to happen. If Howard moves back to the bench and Markieff Morris is starting, well, then you pivot over to Markieff Morris for some cap space. He's not very expensive. He's not very good at this point of his career, but he does enough things that he can pay off that salary quite nicely. And of course, if Dwight Howard is starting, you lock him into cash lineups for sure, and probably everything that it is you do. However, if he moves back to the bench, I'm not saying he's out of play for GPPs. And what I mean by that is Miami can come out hot. We've seen it before. If they come out hot and Bam Adebayo is just absolutely dominating, I think it's possible. We saw Howard play probably a season high in minutes last game out. It's possible they roll back to Dwight later in the game. That is far from a safe bet. So if Howard is off the bench, like he would never make my main lineup. But for you guys who try to get a little crazier in GPPs, it's not insane to think that he all of a sudden starts playing a role throughout that game. So I wanted to talk about Dwight for the public. I think he's kind of the elephant in the room right now, the Lakers starting lineup. I can see reasons that they would want to go small, and I can see reasons they'd want to go big. The Miami Heat are thick, and they have some big boys, but they don't have a lot of height, for example. Like Bam Adebayo, their center, I mean, what is he, 6'10"? So it's very possible they could consider going small right here. We just have to watch and see what the Lakers decide to do. Last up, Jimmy Butler. I wanted to say Jimmy Buckets, and I wanted to say Jimmy Butler, and I can combine the two of them. The name's not Buckler. It's Jimmy Butler, a.k.a. Jimmy Buckets. I just want to start just off DFS for about 10 seconds. I'm so freaking happy that this guy is finally getting his due as one of the game's better players. I've liked this guy for a long time. I just love the way that he approaches the game. I love the work ethic. A lot of us can't be 6'8" and athletic and dribble a basketball or shoot like any of these guys, but we can all work harder at our craft. Whether you're a DFS, guy like me, or you're a plumber, or you're a lawyer, whatever it is that you do for a living, man, like we can all work harder, right? And that's what I admire about Jimmy Butler because, the work ethic is absolutely insane. You got to really appreciate that. I think he's a leader, so I'm really happy to see him playing well and for his team to do well right now. So I like him in this game. A lot of the Miami Heat, in my opinion, are far too expensive. Like, how is he only a little bit more money than Tyler Hero and Goran Dragic? Now, I get Dragic and Hero have had their games, and they've been really good, and I'm a fan of both of those guys as well. But Jimmy Butler should be significantly more expensive. Maybe not significantly, more expensive than those guys should be. So I like Bam in this spot, but the price tag on Butler is very soft right here, and he's a guy that in game one, the moment's not too big for him. I like him in the spot right here, so I'm very likely going to find a way to get Jimmy Butler into my roster tomorrow night. Guys, that's what I got. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Appreciate all you guys do for us with the likes and the comments and the watching the videos every day. For all of our paying customers out there, appreciate everything you guys do. It means a lot to us. We're about to get a little slower here in a couple of weeks, which it sucks. Basketball is not that far away from being over. Either is baseball. Kind of annoying. But we'll be dropping a buttload of information on football for you guys during the time off. Not time off, but slower time with only one sport going on here in a few weeks. In the meantime, let's enjoy some NBA. Let's enjoy the MLB playoffs weather here. Right now, the Cleveland just scored to make it 3-1 against the Yankees. So a little more offense in this game than we would have anticipated. But either way, it's nice to have sports around for the time being. Have a great Wednesday and Tuesday, and I'll see you guys soon.